So here's the game plan today. So this is a video I've been waiting to do for a long time. It's the one I've probably been the most excited about for a long time. So I'll kind of walk you through what we're doing, where I'm at with things, and hopefully what the end result is. So, and if you've seen these videos, you've heard me say this before, plug your ears. I gotta say it again because a lot of new people watch this. So I'm way up in northern Minnesota, northeast Minnesota, on the Iron Range is what it's called. So there's mines all over up here. So this is one of the biggest steel producing mining areas in the country. So these mines, I mean, really what they're after is iron, taconite, I mean, steel essentially is what they're after. And next to these mines and within these mines are a lot of quartz veins, and quartz houses gold. So that's the goal. So Minnesota gold. So you never thought you'd probably see that or hear that. But this, what I'm going to show you here, holds true whether it's Minnesota or any state, or really any country, anywhere where you find quartz. Okay, so I'll show you here. Let me show you what I'm doing. So what I've done here over the last couple, probably 6 weeks, 2 months, is I just kind of, as I've been hiking, I've been collecting quartz. Okay, so here's quartz, if you're not familiar with it. It's a real, a lot of times it's like pure white, almost flaky type of rock or mineral. Okay, what I'm really finding are a lot of these dirty quartz. That's what you really want to find. Some of these quartz, if you look, I can actually see some pyrite in there, some fool's gold, and some other minerals, hopefully some gold. Sometimes you can even see gold in the quartz. Now, how you have to do this, how you have to process it, how you have to find the gold in it, or silver, whatever you're after, that holds silver too, is you really have to crush this into like a powder, almost like a flour or sugar, and then you have to pan it. Okay, so the problem with crushing this that I've run into, and I've already tried, I sat there with a 3-pound maul on a concrete slab and crushed this stuff into a powder. It's not too bad, but it's really time consuming. Okay, so the next level up is you can buy a rock crusher that attaches to like a DeWalt grinder, or you can go the next level, get a gas powered crusher. I mean, these things get huge. You can spend thousands of dollars on them, but I don't want to do that. I'm in northern Minnesota. Again, if I find a flake of gold, I will be happy. So what I'm trying here is, after researching it online, not really finding an easy way to crush this stuff without buying something expensive. Back in the mid 1800s to early 1900s, I found some articles in Australia where to process and get gold out of quartz, what they would actually do is they would heat this stuff up. They would create a bed of coals, and they would essentially turn this stuff red hot, and then it's supposed to be easy to smash, almost like glass. So what I'm going to do, there's Angel collecting some wood for us. So what I'm going to do is I got, as an experiment, I got 2 different, they're like pie tins is what they are. And I just have one layer of quartz there from one location. This is another layer of quartz from another location. So one I'm going to do for a half hour, one I'm going to do for an hour. And then I'll show you what you do once you get that stuff red hot, to try and change it to make it smash up easier. So I will fill you in as we go here. So again, I'm super excited. We're going to smash these up by the end of the video. Whether we have pyrite only, black sand, gold, silver, whatever I can find out here, I'll show you. So well, boo, it's starting to rain on our parade a little bit here. It's calling for about 14% chance of rain, but might be a little higher. Winds kicking up. Can see it out there on the lake, or the river I should say. Man, it's just gorgeous out here though. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can find a home for these. I got these tongs at a thrift store. I think they were $2. I figured they'd come in handy for picking rocks up and such. So let's see if we can find a home here for these guys. Getting some nice coals. The only concern I think I have is these pans potentially burning through. I don't know. So we're gonna do a half hour on one, half hour on the other. And let me get the fire built up a little bit here. Now, I don't think I need to really be too concerned about any of the coals actually going in with the rocks. I think it actually might be helpful because as I'm rinsing them or panning it, those coals and dust will just simply float away. So I'm not concerned too much about that. Well, it seems to be working. So I look in there and everything is just like getting molten red hot. That's exactly what we wanted to get. So look at this, you gotta check this out. I don't wanna get you too close and melt the camera. But if you look right in there, you can see, and if I'm flipping these rocks and looking at the rocks, they're red. They're actually red in color, reddish. I just hope that pie tin holds up and it doesn't get melted through the bottom. The other thing too, I figured might happen is these quartz rocks, I have heard them popping, and I actually saw a piece of quartz go flinging out of the fire pit. So I'm assuming that there's some moisture that's trapped in that quartz, and that moisture is boiling and boiling, and it's cracking that quartz open and spitting out those little hunks of quartz. So just be wary of that. I have glasses, safety glasses on, so I'm fine, but sure is cool to see, isn't it? It's just red hot. Let's go look at the other side. Yeah, it's just molten in there. Molten red. Yeah, I'm so excited, man. You know, like I said at the beginning here, I've been waiting to do this forever. So I want to pan this, find a bunch of gold. So if you don't see this video, probably means I struck it rich. If you do see this video, probably not. But hopefully I'll have at least a gold piece or two, or at least some metals to show you. Yeah, I can't wait, man. I'm stoked. Angel thinks I'm nuts. She kind of rolls her eyes at me. She's like, it's stupid. I'm like, no, it's not, man. I want to check it out. I want to see what's inside those things. I'm going to try and see if I can find a big piece of stone, a big piece of bedrock, something like that. Except there's some huge hunks around here, and see if I can use my hammer and break them apart on there. If not, I'll have to head to the basement and do it there and pan there. I'd like to kind of pan right there and get it all panned out, but we'll see if the weather holds. And I was going to try doing one pan for a half hour, one pan for an hour, just to see the difference, but I don't think so. I'm going to do them both for a good hour. It's just, once I pull a pan out, I'm afraid I'm going to collapse that nice coal base and that fire I have going. So let's just do them both at an hour and see what happens. Okay, so here's the goal. Here's what we're going to do. We have those two pans. I bought that at a thrift store too for 14 bucks. Nice metal pot. So we're gonna take one pan at a time. We're gonna put it in there. We're gonna bring it down to the water, and we're gonna cool those off as fast as we can. So that's the goal, is to get them cooled as fast as we can, and maybe turn them to like glass. I don't know. Let's give it a try. This is how they did it in the olden days. Those over there. Get some of these coals off. See if I can get it in here without torching myself. Oh, look at how, oh no, it's melting and coming apart. I might just have to do this. Yeah, so that cake pan.
You ruined your thrift store.
I ruined my thrift store cake pan.
Ooh, those are some hot.
Yeah, they're red hot. They're actually red in color. Ouch, even my hand is hot. I think next time for the next one I'll hot.
I ruined your big pan too.
I know. See, the whole thing is just coming apart.
You bought it at a thrift shop for
right. Do that.
Oh,
there's some of these.
Yeah. They're just red.
Even my hand is hot. I think I got them all. Here's one big one.
Yep.
All right, let's go cool these down.
Yeah, those are hot. Now what are they gonna do when you put them in the water?
Sizzle.
Oh, I can hear it.
I can too.
Oh.
So I'm just trying to cool everything down as fast as I can. And then that way too, so some of these rocks might split. So by keeping it in here, anything that splits still going to be in the bottom of this pan. I'm just kind of almost using this as like a gold pan and just getting off some of the, just keep it cooling. I can just hear it bubbling in there. It's more water. Yeah, see, they're already starting to shatter and break apart, I can see. Look at all the small pieces in there. The problem I'm going to have is that when I'm panning, I'm going to be seeing some of this metal in there. So that's a lesson to learn. So next time, use a thicker metal. I'm going to rinse this off in case there's any gold particles on there. I'll make sure and bring that home with us.
That'd be interesting to know.
So they're cool to the touch now. Oh, they just break apart.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of big. Yeah, they just kind of shatter.
Oh, I bet we can take the hammer to them.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and put the other one in here. See, the thing is now is that with the rock breaking apart like that because of a crappy pan, I'm gonna have to mix the two batches together. All right, that might make it a little easier. At least get some of these big ones.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Okay, so we're all ready to go here. So here's where we're at. Let's take a look. So these are the clean rocks that we had cooked. There is our cook pan. So as you can see, I mean, it just, everything just got mushed. It just turned to, a lot of it just turned to sand. So there are still some metals in there from that pan that fell through. That's okay, I'll pan that totally separate, but I did rinse these hunks of quartz off. So, and they were breaking apart in my hand. Look at that, just as I'm grabbing them. So they should be pretty easy to get munched up. All right, let's start on that. Now you might lose some, it might scatter off. I'm okay with that. Wow, man, that breaks up easy. So we need to get it to that. Wow, that's great. That definitely works. We need to get it to that nice floury, sugary, granular consistency. That is awesome. Night and day, works no question. Now we just have to do it on a larger scale, don't we? All right, guys, check this out. This is where I'm at. So there's our product right there. Well, pan, you got to see this. So this is just a big hunk of quartz here. I'm getting down there. All right, so I'll just show you how much easier. Let's do this. I got one-handed, so it's almost like mushy clay. It's like this quartz actually sucks up the water and turns it into this mushy clay, which is absolutely perfect. Then you don't have pieces spitting everywhere, and it's just so easy. Yeah, so it definitely works. So I'm just cleaning up my last little pile here. Make sure we get every little piece. That's what we've ended up with. That's quite a nice haul. An amount of time spent compared to what I was doing, just crushing it with the hammer, I would say it's, gosh, it's got to be 10 to 1 faster by doing it this way, definitely. So really, it's just a good way to test an area to see if there's anything there. Or in my case, I'm in Minnesota, just to test to see if there's any gold in Minnesota. So let me finish cleaning this up, head to the house. Like I keep saying, it's supposed to rain. It's been sprinkling, so we might have to pan this in the basement. All right, so let me finish cleaning this up and we'll be back in a minute. All right, so let's get this. So we're learning together here. I'm a flatliner, man. I'm from Minnesota. Not exactly known as the best gold panner in the world, but hey man, I'm having a ton of fun. So this is the part I've been waiting for forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. So there is what we're gonna pan. So I'm going to, I did put some jet dry in there. I see everybody puts jet dry in their water when they're doing it like this. It helps to keep flakes of gold from floating out of your pan. So I'm gonna get this nice and wet, get everything settled down. So the goal is to keep all the heavies to the bottom, like black sands or gold or silvers or any metals, pyrite. Get the heavy settled out of that quartz dust, and then pan off, and let's see where we end up. There's about 50 million ways to skin a cat panning gold, and there are a lot of you that can do it way better than me, but man, this I can't wait. I want to see what we got here. Now in Minnesota, from what I've read, I mean, a large piece of gold in Minnesota historically is about the size of a grain of rice, right? Or a grain of wheat. So we're not going to be expecting anything huge, so we're just looking for some maybe gold flowers, some gold dust, whatever we can get, huh? Come on. Hey, I suppose you get, the more you do this, the faster you get, just like anything else, but hey man, I'm learning. I love to learn. That's what makes me keep doing this channel. Just constantly doing new things, right? Some big rocks in there. Don't see much. Nothing. It's okay. Alright, here we go. Pan number 2. By looking at this, you know, some of it seems kind of big. I could have pounded it down further. Right, you could even classify it, you know, run it through a classifier and get those bigger pieces down a little bit more. People are probably yelling, "You're doing it wrong! You're losing all your gold." Maybe you're right. Still having fun though. See anything? And I panned and nothing, but it is Minnesota, so I didn't totally expect to find anything. Although I do have a bunch more quartz back in here I can play around with. I think I have about a half of a 5-gallon bucket left too, so I'll pan out this little bit that I do have left. I am not holding my breath or anything, but that's okay. We know that quartz can easily be broken up if you heat it up to an extreme temperature. Maybe I'll get lucky next time I do this. So I don't know, hit subscribe if this is the type of content that you like to see. We'll see you guys in the next one.